people that they are God's true chosen people through biblical scriptures and historical antiquity. You know what I'm saying? And what we do also is teach the black, Hispanic, and Native people that they got to separate from their oppressors and start following the laws of their father. Because the laws of their father govern us to love each other, to focus on each other. You know what I'm saying? Because when we don't focus on each other and start focusing on our enemy, we start hating each other. And that's the grip and the grasp of what today's class is going to be about. Today's class is going to be about how we seem to be participating in our enemy's culture and our enemy's customs, and how it gets us in trouble, how it gets us, tied up and everything else. But for the time being, you know what I'm saying, I want to open up the class to some to questions. If you have any questions, just type them on in as I get my share on real quick. We got to get our share on. Follow us, ISUPK No Cowards on YouTube too. Follow Rhode Island No Cowards on YouTube. Subscribe so you can be up to date on these classes. Do your 30 days or whatnot. Get that Hebrew name. Earn that Hebrew name, more to say. So Boston No Cowards on YouTube and Rhode Island No Cowards. And also don't forget on Facebook too. You know what I'm saying? Hit us up on Facebook. We're all over the place. You know what I'm saying? We on VK, Periscope, Twitter, Instagram. We on all that. You know what I'm saying? So hit us up on all that. When I start to share this, I don't know. Have you been having issues with the Restream chat? I've been having issues with it.
I don't think so. I was in the beginning. It's too wild now.
Yeah, let's just see. But alright, if there is no questions, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna start off with Deuteronomy 28 and 54.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 54. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate.
Now there are men that's among us that's very tender and delicate, aka meaning weak, aka soft, aka broken, aka they need help. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about brothers like your uncles, brothers like your fathers. You know what I'm saying? Brothers like your grandfather who have been beaten down by the society, and the only relief that they have is to come together with their family on days that they are not supposed to be. That's a day of celebration. It's a day of relaxation in their mind. It's a day of peace in their mind. It's a moment to get together, have a few drinks with family, and relax. That's what it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be that type of day, but they are tender, they are weak. They don't understand what actual peace is. They don't understand what actual love is. You know what I'm saying?
What's the title?
Family is thicker than blood. And I'm gonna show y'all who really is your family. You know what I'm saying? Family is thicker than blood. That's the name of this title of this class today. Because the simple fact is, these people that you are having these celebrations with, you know what I'm saying, that you go into these events with at your family, y'all gonna end up in some type of fight. Y'all gonna end up hating each other. Y'all ain't gonna talk to each other for another 300 days, you know what I'm saying? Because the simple fact is somebody ate the last apple pie, or some BS. You know what I'm saying? Somebody drunk the last of the eggnog. You know what I'm saying? Somebody's gonna have to die over some BS. Somebody gonna get stabbed in the neck with a fork, and y'all call yourselves family. Let me tell you something. That's not what family is. You know what I'm saying? So that those men that are very tender and delicate amongst you. May you continue with that, Baba Kushal, sir?
His eyes shall be evil towards his brother.
His eyes shall be what?
Evil towards his brother.
His eyes shall be evil towards his brother. His eyes will be evil towards his brother. You know why? Because he has to do what he has to do to make this holiday happen. You know what I'm saying? You know how many dudes are out there stealing all types of turkey right now, even though they're giving it out free, they still stealing them. And it makes it worse. You know how many people? I ain't gonna front. I'm part of this when I was in the world. It's Thanksgiving time. You know, they're giving out free turkeys. But multiple places are doing it. You got the spot, or you got the jump on multiple spots giving away multiple free turkeys, and guess what I'm doing? I'm going to every spot. I want to get as many free turkeys as possible. You know why? Because my eyes were evil towards my brother. There are brothers out there that don't have no turkey who might be out there stealing right now. In supermarkets, stealing, risking their lives, because cats are losing their lives stealing from these stores nowadays. So me being greedy and not willing to, just get one turkey, you know what I'm saying? I got to go out there and take as many turkeys as possible for no reason at all. You know what I'm saying? Oh, it's a lot. It's a lot on that, yo. I'm supposed to be sharing this anyway. But not just that. When you look at all the evil that is done in this household, when y'all at Nana's house, all the evil that is done. Somebody's baby girl is going to get molested.
God.
That's evil towards your brother. You know what I'm saying? Somebody's going to get stabbed up for eating the last piece of ham. That's evil towards your brother. Just cooking the ham alone and serving it to your family is evil towards your brother. You know what I'm saying? All that stuff is evil towards your brother. And there's so many ways that we get evil towards each other on these holidays.
God.
So many disgusting things and evil things that we do to each other. Somebody sleeping with somebody else's woman. That is being a big fight. Somehow all types of family secrets come out during these times. Everybody drunk out of their mind. Next thing you know, the truth is being spilt out. Little kids are finding out things about their family that they probably shouldn't even know at this time. You know what I'm saying? Because all the evil towards your brother. You know what I'm saying? But may you continue that, Baba Kushal, sir?
And towards the wife of his bosom.
And towards the wife of his bosom. I mean, his wife is, for one, allowing your woman to celebrate Thanksgiving is evil towards her. If you ain't going to show her what is right and wrong according to the Lord, you have evil in your heart towards her.
God.
If you're not willing to point out that this is wrong according to the Lord, you are directly putting her in the crosshairs of the Lord's, sniper rifle. You know what I'm saying? You're putting her right in the Lord's path of wrath. And the thing is, if you love her, you would tell her that this is wrong. But since you don't know no better, what you're going to do is you're going to end up celebrating with her. You know what I'm saying? You're going to get drunk. You're going to start disrespecting unnecessarily to her in front of her family. Might put your hands on her. You know what I'm saying? A whole bunch of madness happens during this time. A whole bunch of madness. Start talking about the food that she slaved over. You're going to do a whole bunch of madness because you're drunk. You have evil towards even your own wife. But not just your wife. You have evil in your eye towards your kids. You have evil towards all of them. But may you continue that, Baba Kushal?
And towards the remnant of his children.
And towards the what?
And towards the remnant of his children.
And towards the remnant of his children. You know what that means? Him allowing his kids to be in the crosshairs of the Lord by allowing them to celebrate this holiday without telling them the true history of it, without telling them the true cause of it, without telling your kids what's going on. That's evil towards your children. But not just that. All the hell that goes in while y'all so-called celebrating this is disgusting. You know you got that nasty brother or brother-in-law up in the house who is molesting kids, and you're going to have your kids around them? You're going to have your kids around all that? You're going to have your kids around all this violence? Not just that, a lot of you, we ain't even get to the sisters part yet. But you cannot be having your kids around such chaos and unruly behavior. They're going to start picking up on that. You know what I'm saying? Then you wonder why your kids are smoking weed. They go to Nana's house every Thanksgiving. All they do is smell weed before they even smell the ham and turkey. Before they even get to the porch, they have cousins and uncles smoking weed, doing all types of drugs and madness. And you have your kids exposed to it. That's evil towards your kids. But may you continue that, Bible show?
Towards the remnant of his children, which he shall leave.
And toward the remnant of his children, which he shall leave. May you continue that?
Verse 55. So that he will not give to any of them of the flesh of his children, whom he shall eat.
Continue.
Because he had nothing left in him in the siege.
Oh, Salakia. Let's drop down to 56.
Verse 56. The tender and delicate woman among you.
The tender and delicate woman among you. Those are those sisters that are beaten down, downtrodden, hurt, broken in this society that we call hell, that y'all call America. Those tender and delicate women, you know what I'm saying? That are strung out on all types of drugs, high as hell off weed, drunk out of their mind, just trying to find a way to get by. You know what I'm saying? Those women that's broken, but not just them, even those women that are successful in this society, they're broken too. You know what I'm saying? The successful of us, black and Hispanic, they broken too. Because they got to do what they got to do to please their master just to become successful. But Salaki, may you continue that?
That is tender, delicate women among you, which should not adventure to set the sole of her feet, Salaki, the sole of her foot upon the ground, for delicateness and tenderness.
For delicateness and tenderness. Once upon a time, all women were very precious, very delicate, very tender, very, you know what I'm saying, soft. But now they're not anymore. They're just tender and delicate in other ways now, which is not good. But may you continue that?
Her eyes shall be evil towards the husband of her bosom.
Her eyes shall be evil towards the husband of her bosom. She's going to go out, have this Thanksgiving dinner, invite all her family, and just talk dirty about him. He ain't this, he ain't that. You know what I'm saying? She ain't going to fix him a plate. You got to fix your own plate. You know what I'm saying? She's going to be talking very greasy about him. You know what I'm saying? And he knows it. That's when he starts getting up, starts yelling and cussing her out. You know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, there's a big fight in the middle of this Thanksgiving dinner. Y'all all seen it. Y'all all know what it is, and y'all celebrate it every year. Y'all know it's going to happen again this year. But y'all don't understand how the Lord is fully against it. So what y'all going to do is just continue up. Y'all going to talk about it before y'all even go. Y'all going to plan it out. Y'all going to place bets. Who's going to do this? Who's going to do that? You know what I'm saying? I used to do that. We used to be like, all right, who going to fight this year?
Stop waging bets.
You know, Uncle Ricky had sex with, Auntie Jane. you know that happened, so we know that there's something about to go down.
God.
Every year we know something about to go down. We go there to probably provoke it because we had evil towards our brothers. We go to provoke it, or we just go to watch. We ain't doing nothing to prevent it. And the best prevention for this type of stuff is not to celebrate these holidays. These holidays is what's causing the problem. You know what I'm saying? Doing what your enemy does is what causes the problem. But may you continue that, Bible Kushal? And
towards her son, and towards her daughter.
and towards her son and towards her daughter, even her children are getting cussed out. I don't know how many times I was cussed out during the holiday for nothing I didn't even do. I'm just coming out in the house, and next thing you know, I'm in trouble for making messes I ain't made.
Okay.
Get cussed out thoroughly, catching whoopings, everything, because there's a lot of frustration being taken out on the children. A lot of frustration that is being taken out on the children that should not be taken out on the children, because you are mad at your husband, or you are mad at your uncle, your mama, or you are mad at your wife, or whatever. A lot of frustration being taken out on the children. You know what I'm saying? Now the children got to catch all types of hell because you're upset during this time of family and whatever else you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? But let's drop that, Baba Kushal. Let's get Matthew 10 and 34. Let's get Matthew 10 and 34. Let's see what family is and what family isn't.
You said 10 and 24, right?
10 and 34, Baba Kushal said. Let me get there with you real quick.
Matthew, chapter 10, verse 34. Think not that I'm come to send peace on earth.
Think not that Christ is coming to send peace on earth. That's not what Christ is coming to do. So this is that time of year where there's supposed to be peace on earth. Guess what? That's not of Christ. These so-called holidays where y'all supposed to be so-called have peace is not of Christ. There's only one true way to have peace, and that's to follow the law, statutes, and commandments.
Okay.
That is to be a follower of Christ, a real follower, not like a Christian.
Right.
So just think not that Christ come to send peace on earth, because you thinking your families come together is going to be peaceful. Y'all thinking that it's a righteous thing. You know what I'm saying? But it's not. It's not none righteous about Thanksgiving, none righteous about Christmas, none righteous about any of these holidays. You know what I'm saying? But may you continue with that, Baba Kushal?
I came not to send peace, but a sword.
He ain't come to send peace. He's coming with a sword. Now could be taken in two ways. A sword is an instrument of war. You know what I'm saying? There's going to be war in your household. That's what Christ has come to do. Or swords are also made to cut, which is divide. Divide one side from another. You know what I'm saying? Divide the head from the body.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So he is here. He is coming to divide what he wants from what he don't want. You know what I'm saying? Those who are worthy and those who ain't worthy. So believe me, when you come into this truth, this is going to be the hardest time especially when you're new in this truth. This is going to be a struggle for you when you're new in this truth. Because the simple fact is, Grandma's going to ask for you to come. Grandma's definitely going to ask for you to come to Thanksgiving. She misses her baby. Come have some of her ham. Come have some of her apple pie or sweet potato pie. Grandma going to want you to come. Mama going to want you to come. And guess what? You're in this truth now. Christ is trying to sever you from that body. You know what I'm saying? So he's going to want you to stay away from your family, because your family is not walking in this truth. So to do that, he has to divide you. He has to put that sword between you and your family. Cut you off from your family. You know what I'm saying? And as he does that, there's going to be a war between you and your family.
God.
Y'all going to have a war. There's going to be a straight up war. We're going to get more into that war in a little bit. But maybe you want to continue, Baba Kushal? Let me bring up the screen.
Verse 35. For I'm come to set a man at variance against his father.
He come to set a man at variance against his father, because not like your mother's trying to do. Your mother trying to put you against your father for all the wrong reasons. Christ is going to put you at variance with your father, because the simple fact is your father wants to eat that bacon. Your father wants to eat that ham. Your father wants to celebrate Thanksgiving. Your father wants to celebrate Christmas and his birthday and all the other madness. Your father wants to go to the strip club and try to drag you to the strip club. You know what I'm saying? That's what things that your father wants to do. When you're in this body, you have to be at odds with that. You can't be going to the strip club with your father. You can't be eating that ham and bacon and shrimp and lobster with your father. You can't be celebrating Thanksgiving with your father. You know what I'm saying? Because that is not what the Lord's about. And if he wants you, that's part of that war. Now you got to get into arguments with your father about it. You don't technically got to get into arguments, but you're going to be at odds with it. You're going to be like, look, Pops, I ain't trying to go to no strip club with you. I ain't trying to do this. I ain't trying to do that. I'm trying to do this here. And he's going to be looking at you different, because y'all used to hang out all the time. You used to go to the strip club. Man, we used to go get some bacon on our cheeseburgers when we went out, man. You know what I'm saying? And he's going to be looking at you differently. At first, it's going to be a bad thing. But when he starts seeing that you're true to this, it might grow. You might see a little something. It might be a good thing then. But at first, y'all going to go through war. But may you continue, Baba Kushaw?
And the daughter against her mother.
And the daughter against her mother. Look, sisters, y'all going to come into this truth, and then y'all going to have to deal with all this. What? Your man can have what? He can have more than one woman? You're going to be talked about like a dog. You know what I'm saying? All the things they're going to say about you. They're going to call you all types of weak, all types of this and that. You're going to be at variance with your mother. You're going to be trying to help your mother out by giving her some law. Look, Ma, you can't be eating that crab, pork, shrimp, and lobster. You can't be doing this. You can't be doing that. Look, Ma, you're married to Dad. Don't be trying to, go out to these clubs. You can't. You're going to be at odds with your own mother. Your mother's definitely going to try to drag you to these Thanksgiving. She's going to do it slick. Like, she's going to have you, like, can you boil some pot of water, knowing that she's about to put some potatoes in that water to make potato salad for Thanksgiving. They're going to try to do all types of slick things. She's going to try to get you to help cook for Thanksgiving.
That's a lot, if I may.
Come.
The worst is when they know you don't celebrate it, and they try to do it the day before or 2 days before to say, we're just going to a dinner.
Yeah.
They won't put Thanksgiving in front of you.
Nah. That's when they become pros at it. That's when they know the deal. At first they try to sucker you, but then they try to slick it, be slick about it.
It's the same thing with birthday parties. They do it for every holiday you can think of.
The family just coming together. It's not Thanksgiving, it's just the family coming together. No. It's for Thanksgiving. It's a celebration of the slaughter of the native people. That's what they're doing. They're coming together to thank the white man for killing off the natives so they can have this messed up country that we're in. That's what Thanksgiving is about. And they're going to try their hardest to have you cook something for it. To sacrifice something for it. You know what I'm saying? And for you young brothers and sisters who have nowhere to hide or run, you just got to be up in that house. You can't even hide or run. You just got to be up in there starving. You know what I'm saying? They're going to make you a plate. You're going to have to turn it down.
They're going to put the plate right in front of the door and see if you bite.
Right? Know that you're going to smell it and everything. You're going to smell it and everything. You better go to McDonald's and get a chicken sandwich. That's my advice to all you young brothers and sisters. Your brothers and sisters that are not living on your own, man. This is what I suggest you to do. Hang on to $5. Go to Wendy's, get a 4 for $4. You know what I'm saying? Keep $1. You know what I'm saying? And you good. You survive Thanksgiving. Do the same thing for Christmas. You know what I'm saying? Because it's going to be hell for y'all. Y'all going to have to go through a war, a spiritual war, like no other. This is your first term of warfare right here. You're going to have to argue with your family about celebrating the death of the native people. You know what I'm saying? But Salakia, may you continue that?
And the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law.
And the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. You know there's going to be a lot of fights and back-talking at these Thanksgiving events. You know what I'm saying? Somebody's going to be like, I ain't want her marrying my son anyway. She ain't good enough for my son anyway, that little hussy. Heifer. They're going to have all types of back-talking. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be like, all right, first it starts off real slick. You know what I'm saying? She's going to start talking about something that she know that you made. She know you made that potato salad. And she's going to start talking trash about the potato salad, pretending like she ain't know that you made it. And now there's wars in the household. Now the brother got to hear it. Tell your mama or something. You know, talk to your mama. Now there's a whole bunch of other wars. See, these Thanksgiving, these days where we celebrate of our enemies really just drive further wedges, unnecessary wedges amongst us. That's why we shouldn't be celebrating. Period. But may you continue that, Baba Kushan?
And in verse 36, and a man's foes shall be they of his own household.
And your foes, when you come into this truth, first thing you got to understand is that your enemies are those in your house. Those are your first enemies right there. Once you can defeat them, you're doing good. You might have a fighting chance in this truth. Once you can defeat those enemies, those demons that are on your family, you might have a chance. You know what I'm saying? Because the simple fact is, they're going to be doing all types of talking trash. You know what I'm saying? Putting all types of abominations in front of your face. Doing all types of things that you are firmly against. They're going to try to tempt you into doing a whole bunch of nonsense. You know what I'm saying? So that is your first thing. What you got to understand is that the Most High don't want us gathering together, especially underneath these heathens' holidays. So if your family is trying to gather for that, run. Don't be a part of it. Don't be a part of it. Fight that. Once you fight that, guess what? You're a little stronger for the next one. You defeat Thanksgiving, you'll be strong enough to defeat Christmas. You'll be strong enough to defeat Valentine's Day. You'll be strong enough to defeat Easter. But guess what? Around the time Easter comes, you're supposed to be with us in New York on April 9th. You know what I'm saying? Up in White Plains in the center. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, let me pop the promo up. We got a promo slide. Ready? You know what I'm saying? The Lord's 51st annual Passover is coming up. Now, these are the days we're supposed to be celebrating. Not no Thanksgiving. We're supposed to be celebrating the Passover. You know what I'm saying? Like, when we celebrate the Passover, that's how we know we're around family. No violence break out, no arguments. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's in like-minded, everybody's in good spirits. And it's a good feeling. But these American holidays that blacks and Hispanics are celebrating just drives everybody insane, crazy, to the point that somebody's going to get hurt. Every year, you're going to watch the news on Friday, and you're going to hear about all types of crimes committed. Like recently in Braintree, actually in Weymouth, this morning, there was a bank robbery of young kids. Young kids robbing a bank. Why do you think they're doing it around this time? They're trying to get up some Thanksgiving money or some Christmas money. God. And they went the wrong route. They're trying to chase the white man's dream. It's like our enemy's dream. They're trying to chase our oppressor's dream. Trying to have a piece of the pie. Trying to be like the Smiths. And look at them. Even had shootouts, even though nobody was shot to my knowledge. We even had a shootout with the police.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. We ain't meant to be celebrating these days. You know what I'm saying? But Salaki, sir, may you continue with that, Baba Kusho?
Verse 37. He that loveth father or mother more than me.
Him that loves his father or mother more than Christ, more than the Most High, guess what that type of person will do? If you know that celebrating Thanksgiving is against the Lord and you still celebrate it, you love your mother and father and grandmother more than you love the Most High. You know what I'm saying? You wanted to celebrate Valentine's Day, you love your woman more than you love the Most High. You know what I'm saying? You trying to do what this world deems to be righteous and deems to be right and correct. You love this world more than you love the Most High. And if the Most High wants you, he will strip you from all that. He will cut you, he will divide you from all that. What's that prophet who loved his woman more? Esdras? Ezekiel loved his woman vastly. Most High had to give her a stroke so he could do the work of the Lord. The Most High wants you. You better join this side. Because if not, you never know who in your family might catch a stroke. Might get hit by a car. Because you want to be hard-headed. And you want to love your family more than Most High and do what they do and start celebrating carving turkeys and all that. You know what I'm saying? But Salaki, may you continue?
Is not worthy of me.
Is not worthy of me. If you love your mother, father, and your children, your son and your daughter more than the Most High, you are not worthy of Christ. You're not worthy of the Most High. You're not worthy to do this work. You know what I'm saying? You got to sacrifice your family. Because your family is just going to drag you into this hell called America. They're going to have you part of this hell called America, and you're going to catch part of its plagues. You're going to catch all the things that's coming to America because you couldn't separate. You know what I'm saying? And the Most High is not playing about it. You know what I'm saying? But Salaki, continue that.
And he that loveth son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me.
If you're willing to, you can't separate yourself from Christmas because you don't want your daughter or your son's feelings to get hurt. You don't want them feeling left out. Guess what? You're not worthy of Christ. If you can't separate yourself and your kids from this holiday, you're not worthy of Christ. You're too weak to say, no, I'm not celebrating, I'm not buying y'all nothing. You have 364 other days to buy your kids something. You have literally 364 days to buy your kids something, but you have to. You just got to buy them something on Christmas, on a day that is not of the Lord. Every day that's of the Lord is Leviticus 23. Those are the days of the Lord. No other day it is. You know what I'm saying? No other days. Your Christmases, Thanksgiving, your Halloween, those are not of the Lord. But the Passover is, the Day of Atonement, the Feast of First Fruits. You know what I'm saying? Those are the days of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? And when we celebrate those days, there's no problems. No problems. But when y'all celebrate y'all day, there's just problems. There's problems. Somebody going to bed angry. But may you continue.
Verse 38. And he that taketh not his cross and followeth after me is not worthy of me.
Him that taketh not his cross. What is that cross? What is that cross that Christ bear? Take it just 2 pieces of wood. Take it just 2 pieces of wood that he had to crawl up a hill with. Nah, it's deeper than that. If you're not willing to lose your life for this, you're not willing to sacrifice everything for this. When I mean everything, that means even your family's little happiness of having you around on those holidays. You got to sacrifice that. You got to sacrifice seeing your children smile when they opening up their gifts on Christmas. You got to sacrifice that. You got to sacrifice having your woman, giving your woman chocolates and flowers and cards on Valentine's Day. You got to sacrifice that. You got to bear that cross like Christ did. Sacrifice everything. Sacrifice this life that you live. You know what I'm saying? For your nation, for your people, for your family. You know what I'm saying? Just like Christ sacrificed everything. You know what I'm saying? But may you continue with that, Bible Kushal?
Is not worthy of me. Verse 39. He that findeth his life shall lose it.
Him that findeth his life shall lose it. Him that does those things that he enjoys so much. You know what I'm saying? Carving that turkey, eating that cranberry sauce and all that. Those who love that, just love being around his family. It's a family thing. This is what life is about. Them who can't let that type of stuff go, he loses his life. You lost your life. You're dead to Christ. You're dead to the Most High. That's a spiritual death you do not want, because it will become a physical death. It will become a physical death. But may you continue.
Slack. And he that loseth his life for my sake shall find it.
And him that's willing to bear that cross, do the work that we do in the ISUPK, follow Christ doing the thing he do, sacrificing everything, just to make sure our people get this kingdom that we gotta earn, that we were promised from our forefathers. We are the ones that will gain our life. We the ones that will understand what life is. Because when this kingdom comes, we're going to have rulership. There is no life in this kingdom. We're all dead. You having a little moment of happiness with your family is not life. Because you're missing the bigger picture. You know what I'm saying? The bigger picture. You think the way that you experience Thanksgiving the same way that our enemies experience it? Let me tell you, our enemies killed a lot of people. Our enemies killed a lot of our people to have this day. So this day means a whole lot more to them. This day is something worthy of celebrating to them. Know why? They are in rulership, and that day is in support of their rulership. That day is a celebration of their rulership. So this day means something different. Won't you want to celebrate a day that is in support of your rulership? That is in support of your enemies dying? What do you think the Passover is about? That's why the Passover is so much better than all these other days, because the Passover is actually about us. About the Most High killing our enemies for our rulership. And we will have more days to come once this country falls. And wouldn't you like to celebrate that and to force your enemies to celebrate it too? You know what I'm saying? Your enemy's going to be up in their house celebrating the death of their ancestors. Just like you are in your house this Thursday celebrating the death of your ancestors. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. But may you continue?
He that receiveth you, receiveth me.
Shalaki, drop down to No. We're gonna skip that. Let's get Shalaki. Let's get what is it, Jeremiah 10:2? Oh, this phone's dead.
Jeremiah chapter 10 verse 2. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen.
Learn not the what?
Learn not the way of the heathen.
See, when you are participating in such holidays, you are learning their ways. You're learning how to celebrate the death of your own people. You know what I'm saying? You are learning how to eat things you are not supposed to be eating. You are learning how to forsake your own people to celebrate theirs. You are learning the ways of the heathen.
God.
You are slowly being a heathen. You know what I'm saying? May you continue that?
Learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven.
And be not dismayed at the signs. See, Thanksgiving is a heathen's way. Thanksgiving is their customs. Thanksgiving is what they do. You know what I'm saying? Because they are thankful for the death of the Native Americans. Why would you be thankful for the death of the Native people? Why is that a good thing to you? Why is that something to be thankful about to you? There's nothing to be thankful about in that. At least not for you. I mean, them doing it makes sense.
Right.
But it don't make sense for you to do it. You have no rulership. You have no country. You have no land. You have no language. You have no military. But you thanking your enemy for slaughtering the natives. Can you get Amos 5:21 for me, Baba Kushaw? You want to thank the natives for the death of your people. Tell me, what good does that do you? What good does that do you? None whatsoever. And the Most High is fully against that custom. The Most High is fully against that. And I'm about to show you. I'm about to show you how much this displeases the Most High.
Amos chapter 5, verse 21. I despise your feast days.
The Most High hates. Christian like to say that hate is not in the Bible. But he definitely hates your Thanksgiving. Ain't Thanksgiving a feast day? Ain't it a man-made feast day? He hates your feast days. He hates your feast days. He hates that ham, he hates that cranberry sauce, he hates that eggnog, he hates that stuffing, those green beans, that potato salad, that macaroni and cheese. He hates all that. He hates your feast day. He hates the strong that you're drinking, he hates the wine that you're drinking, he hates all that. Because it's not for him, and it's not of him. He hates all of it. May you continue?
And I will not smell in your solemn assemblies.
He will not even enjoy the smell of your solemn assembly. See, the Most High enjoys the smell of those offerings made to him for him.
God.
He enjoys the smell of that. He will not enjoy the smell of your solemn assembly. You know what the word solemn means? Let's look up the word solemn just in case you don't. I'm going to do y'all a favor, Mary. Kind out of one card. Let me get there with it. At least the internet moving a little faster than it was yesterday. Good night. Yesterday it was like,
Solemn.
Salakia, hold up real quick. I need to get the screen capture on. For some reason, now it wants to act slow. When I just given it props, now it wants to act slow. Well, you can read it.
Solemn, marked by the invocation of a religious sanction.
Religious sanction. You know, Christians love Thanksgiving. Puritans did sanction it as a holy day. You know what I'm saying? Thanksgiving is a sanctioned holiday throughout Christian belief. Thanksgiving is one of the worst days ever. One of the bloodiest celebrations ever. And it's marked by the religious sanction. May you continue with that definition?
Marked by the invocation of a religious sanction, a solemn oath. Marked, definition 2, marked by the observance of established form or ceremony.
Continue.
Specifically celebrated with full liturgical ceremony. Definition 3. Awe-inspiring.
Awe-inspiring. You know what I'm saying? Let's drop those definitions. There was one I was specifically looking for, the one that says formal. The formal up in there? No, it's an antonym. It's not a definition. It's an antonym. Formal is an antonym for it.
Right.
But we all know what formal means. You know what I'm saying? That means, you're getting dressed. Everybody got to get fly on their way to grandma's house. You know what I'm saying? Or auntie's house or mama's house. Everybody going to get their flies clothes just to drop all types of food on it. Get mad when the baby step on their sneakers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just hell. It's just hell for our peoples. You know what I'm saying? But he will not smell in your solemn assembly. The Most High don't get no enjoyment out of this day. You know what I'm saying? No enjoyment. Well, continue to verse 22.
Verse 22. Though you offer me burnt offerings and your meat offerings.
Though you are offering things up. See, a lot of these Christians believe that it's a religious day. You know what I'm saying? They think that this is of the Lord. They are offering all types of cooked food. You know what I'm saying? Giving it to the pastor, whatever. They're offering up offerings unto the Lord, and guess what? He ain't accepting them. He has no love for these offerings. Y'all praying over it like the Most High hears your prayers. You know what I'm saying? The Most High don't hear your prayers. He does not hear your prayers on this day. He does not hear your prayers, period, because you're not following the laws of the Most High anyway. So he's not going to hear your prayers. You know what I'm saying? But may you continue that?
In your meat offerings, and I will not accept them.
Continue.
Neither will I regard the peace offerings of your fat beef.
So that's why you're going through hell. All this stuff that you're praying over, the Most High's not hearing these prayers. You know what I'm saying? Y'all sitting at the table talking about what you're thankful for. The Most High don't care. The Most High don't care. The Most High is ready to set that whole house on fire, but through his mercy and through the blood of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach is why that house is not being burnt to a crisp right now. That's another thing. A lot of houses are being burnt to a crisp. A lot of y'all want to fry these turkeys. Next thing you know, grease is flying all over the place. People are getting burnt. Fires are getting started. All because you want to celebrate these days. You know what I'm saying? And it's not of the Lord. But Salakia. Let's get get Psalms 5 and 5.
Psalms 5 and 5.
Come. This joint took a whole turn from my original plan.
Yeah. Psalms chapter 5, verse 5. The foolish shall not stand in thy sight.
Continue.
Thou hatest all workers of iniquity.
The Most High hate the workers of iniquity. And you celebrating this day, working to celebrate this day, you know what I'm saying? You are a worker of iniquity. So the Most High is hating you. The Most High is hating you. You know what I'm saying? So I know the Christian church say the Most High doesn't hate me. He hates the sin that I do. No, he said he hates the workers of iniquity. Those who do the work of iniquity. Those who sin is who he hates. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's what you are doing. You are causing your kids to sin. That means you are causing the Most High to hate them. You are causing your wife to sin. You are causing the Most High to hate them. Hate her. You know what I'm saying? You are causing all these people to sin by your participation in such a wicked day. You are causing the Most High to hate them. You know what I'm saying? Salakia. Looking for a certain verse. Salakia. Bear with me, folks. Looking for a certain verse real quick. Salakia, can you get Proverbs 28:9? So you are causing all these people to sin when y'all go around this table talking about what you're thankful for, holding hands, and you're about to pray. You're holding hands with each other, talking about let's pray over this pork, let's pray over this shrimp, this crab, this lobster, this, you know what I'm saying, this turkey. Let's pray over all this food right here. But let me tell you something about your prayers. Can you read that, Baba Kushal, sir?
Proverbs 28:9. He that turneth away his ear from hearing the law.
Now, we are coming up to y'all. We are going through the spiritual war with our family to tell them that celebrating Thanksgiving is against the law of the Lord. The Lord don't want y'all celebrating Thanksgiving. We are telling you that, and y'all trying to give us all types of excuses. It's a time for the family to come together. You know what I'm saying? We just coming together to have a good time. You know what I'm saying? It's tradition. It's for the children. You're coming up with a whole bunch of excuses. And y'all do not want to hear the law of the Lord.
Come.
Y'all don't want to hear this. Y'all don't want to hear about how eating pork is wrong. Y'all don't want to hear about all this and all that. You know what I'm saying? There's too many laws. It's impossible to do them all. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's perfect. Coming up with a bunch of excuses. But let me tell you something. Those who turn away their ear from the law, let me tell you, when y'all sit around that table, turning y'all ear from the law of what we telling you. May you continue with that, Bob, for sure?
Even his prayer shall be abomination.
Even his what?
Even his prayer shall be abomination.
Even your prayers are an abomination. Abomination. Your prayer is an abomination to the Lord. You know what abomination means? You know what abomination? No, that's another word. Let's look up abomination. Let's look up abomination.
Abomination.
Swaki. Okay, I'm there.
Abomination. In the Merriam-Webster Dictionary, something regarded with disgust or hatred.
Your prayers are regarded with disgust and hatred. Your prayers are hated by the Most High. Just your prayers. Your prayers alone are hated by the Most High. And they are disgusting to the Most High. Your prayers, the Most High don't want to hear them. You know what I'm saying? They disgust him. It's vile. Put it like this. Your prayers, let me put it in a way that most men can understand it. You found out your woman was cheating on you and then she wants to kiss you. You don't know what's been in her mouth, but she wants to kiss you. She wants to kiss. That's what the Most High's prayers are like to him. They're just disgusting. And you just filled with hate whenever it's around you. You don't want nothing to do with it. Your prayers are abominable, but you want to pray over this food like the Most High hears. The Most High don't hear your prayers. I hate to tell you that. Actually, I don't. But I hate to tell you that. The Most High don't hear your prayers. He don't hear them at all because you don't love him. You don't love him. You know what I'm saying? Because if you loved him, you'd be following his laws. You wouldn't be celebrating Thanksgiving. You know what I'm saying? Salaki, let's get 1 John 5:3. Hold on. Let's start with 2. And your family's going to hate you once you stop celebrating Thanksgiving. Once you stop celebrating Christmas. Once you stop celebrating these holidays and participating in the sin that they participate in, they're going to start hating you. And it's okay, because they may say that they love you, but they don't know what love is. And this hatred that you're showing them is actually you showing them love. It's actually you showing them love. You know what I'm saying? Every time you get all up in their face talking about these laws, statutes, commandments, you are showing them love. And they can't see it. Every time you tell them that smoking weed is not the way, they can't see it. You know what I'm saying? Every time you see a pack of Fonto and you just throw it away, they're going to think that you hate them. It's a locket. Can you read that, Baba Kusha?
1 John chapter 5. What verse?
Start with 2.
2? 1 John chapter 5 verse 2. But this we know, that we love the children of God.
Who are the children of God? Let me explain who the children of God is. The children of God are those black, Hispanic, and Native people that you are celebrating the death of this Thursday.
God.
Those are the children of God. You are celebrating the death of them that was committed by their enemies on Thursday. The death of so many natives is what our enemies are thankful for. The death of so many Negroes is what our enemies are thankful for. You know what I'm saying? Death of so many Hispanic is what our enemies are thankful for. But if you love them, you wouldn't be celebrating it. If you loved your people, you would not be celebrating their death. But can you start that back from the top, Baba Kusha?
1 John chapter 5 verse 2. By this we know that we love the children of God when we love God and keep His commandments.
That's how you know that we love the children, is by keeping and we love God by keeping God's commandments. That's how you know. When we keep His commandments, we love each other, because that's what the commandments are for. That's what the commandments do. When I don't sleep with my brother's woman, that's how my brother knows I love him. Because on Thanksgiving, a lot of people are going to be having sex with a lot of people that's not theirs. You know what I'm saying? A lot of children are going to be touched. If you love that little girl, you wouldn't be touching her like that. If you love that little boy, you wouldn't be touching him like that. You know what I'm saying? Because all those things are against the law. You know what I'm saying? May you continue with that, Baba Kusha?
Verse 3. For this is the love of the Most High.
For this is the love of the Most High. This is literally the definition of love. This is the definition of love. And if you're not following this definition, there's no love in your heart. You don't love the people of God, and you do not love God if you don't follow this definition that's to come. You know what I'm saying? Salaki, what's that definition, sir?
That we keep His commandments.
That we what?
That we keep His commandments.
That we don't celebrate Thanksgiving.
That we keep His commandments.
That we don't celebrate Christmas.
That we keep His commandments.
That is the love of God. Not following the ways of this world. Keep His commandments. It can't be simpler. One of His commandments is do not follow the ways of the heathen. Christmas and Thanksgiving is the way of a heathen. He despised those feast days. But y'all want to come together and think it's going to be peaceful, knowing that something bad is about to happen. It happens every Thanksgiving. But y'all want to come together and put each other in such harm's way. If y'all wasn't celebrating that, maybe nothing would happen.
And I have a scripture too.
So
You mind if I pull it out?
Con, go right ahead, sir.
Oh no, you can keep going. Just give me like 1 minute.
Matter of fact, can you finish 1 John in 5 and 3? Can you finish that up before you start your scripture?
You want me to do
Finish
verse 3 again?
No, finish it.
And His commandments are not grievous.
And His commandments are not grievous. It's not hard to do. It's not that stressful. It's not that difficult. Your grandmother taught you a way to keep the laws and statutes and commandments by telling you Treat people how you want to be treated. You don't want nobody sleeping with your woman while you sleeping with anybody else's woman. You don't want nobody giving you stuff that you should not be eating. Why are you giving other people stuff that they shouldn't be eating? You want people to look out for you, make sure that you're doing the right thing. Why don't you do the same? That's all the law is based on. Doing what? Loving each other by showing each other the law, statutes, and commandments. Making sure that we are not breaking those law, statutes, commandments. That's love. Salaki, if you got your scriptures in?
It's
and it's not that many commandments too. They like to say it's so many commandments. There's more laws in America than there is in the Bible. How many American laws have you broken? Maybe one or two. But out of thousands of laws? Thousands. And then so many of those laws even have amendments to them. You know what I'm saying? With all these amendments and everything. The American law is harder to keep than God's laws. I mean, have y'all even looked at the IRS rule book? And then the verbiage that they use is a whole lot more difficult to keep the American law than it is to keep God's law. So you got that?
No, you can keep going.
I'm about to close it out.
Oh, Salaki, you can close it
out. All right. And with that, I'm going to close the class today. Just remember, April 9th, you know what I'm saying, 2020, in White Plains, New York, you know what I'm saying? We're going to be having the Lord's 51st Passover. And yep, you heard what I said, the Lord's 51st annual Passover. It's not the ISUPK's 51st annual Passover. We are just been commissioned to hold it. It's the Lord's 51st Passover. If you go into any other Passover, guess what? It's not the Passover. You know what I'm saying? So the Lord's 51st Passover, April 9th, you know what I'm saying? White Plains, New York, you know what I'm saying? $100 per adult. All kids 17 years old and under are free. You know what I'm saying? So come in and get to see what real and true love and brotherhood is. You know what I'm saying? And with that, shalom.